So 9 is 25% of 36. So you have to do 3 things for percent problems. You have to set up the proportion. You have to multiply the corners, divide by the number that's left out. 3 things to get to your answer. That's it. Any percent problem. On page 161, it says 18 is, as soon as they give it to me, I start writing it. 18 is, I know that 18 is my is. And I set it up. 50%, here's my percent, over 100. I already know before they go any further what I'm looking for. And then it says, of what number? I'm looking for the of, because that's the only thing that's missing. You see? You need glasses.
I do.
Because you always squinting. You want to come up front?
Sure.
You can come up front. So now, again, here are your corners. 18 and 100. So that's 1,800. Now I'm going to divide by the 50. However, whatever's easy for you. Shortcuts can be used, yeah. I could have, how would you know the time, oh, since it's half, or since you know it's half, and that's what you're supposed to use logic sometimes. You know, you don't have to always do the math, but that's how you get it anyway, so we're just following the steps. But yes, if I look and see half, if 50 is half of 100, I need to know what is 18 half of. You see, that's logic. And then you get your 36. Sometimes your mind doesn't work logically though, especially when you're taking a test. You know what I mean? So you fall back on the rules. But the same thing here. And I was going to mention that later, but since it's come up, when I look at 9 over 36, what does that fraction reduce to? 9 over 36 is what? Fraction. 9 over 36 equals what? Reduce it. You guys don't know your multiplication facts real well, because you should have looked at a 9 and 36 and know 9 times 4 is 36 just like that. 9 is a fourth of 36. That's why multiplication is so important. This reduces to 1/4. So I know that 1/4 is 25%. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had to work out all of that. You got to think about all those things. It's all equivalent. They're all equal. 1/4 is 25%, is 0.25. You see, as soon as I saw this was 1/4, I knew it was 25%. But I had to know when I look at this that it's 1/4. That's truly, and I've talked to lots of different math teachers, that is truly what keeps people back in math. That's when folks will say that math is hard for them, when they don't know those multiplication facts just like that. That is so very important. And I just cannot say it enough times that if you don't, that's something you need to be practicing every spare minute you have. Make yourself some flashcards. You know, or whatever you need to do. Put it, there are electronic flashcards if you have access to that technology. You need to make yourself some, and every time you're sitting around doing nothing, you need to just flash them. Flash them until every time you see one, as soon as you see it, you know the answer. As soon as you see it, that's when you know multiplication. As soon as you see 9 and 4, you know 36. As soon as you see 7 and 8, you know 56. As soon as you see 9 and 6, you know 54. You got to know it just like that. That's how I used to flash it for my kids. And they would be so upset because I'd flash it up, and I wanted the answer just like that. And they would say, wait, no, you don't know it. If you don't know it, as soon as you see it, you don't know it. And they get so upset because you put it in the other pile. No, put that in. No, you didn't know it. I just flip it up, and as soon as it comes up, you got to know it. Flip it up, you got to know it. As soon as you see it, it's just got to be that ingrained in your mind that when you see those two numbers, all you see is that answer. then all of this becomes a whole lot easier. It makes a whole lot more sense. Multiplication is the foundation of math. Okay, so I just showed you we found the part, we found the whole, we found the percent, all using that same proportion. You don't have to learn 4 different ways to do it, but you do need to memorize that and memorize the steps to doing it. Set it up, multiply the corners, divide by the other number. There are only going to be 3 numbers there. And just know you got to use all 3 of them. You multiply 2 of them, divide by the other one, and that gives you your answer. Okay? So, like I said, they're not going to tell you to find 30% of 15 or whatever. They're going to give you a problem, and in that problem, in order to give the answer, you will determine that you have to find out what is 30% of 15 in order to give the answer. So let's look at number 6, for instance, on 161, since we're there already. You know what books right here?
That's okay.
People, you start out with 20 books, and they're not 20 people
And,
here. So
if you can use mine, we can share that one.
if you want to do that. She said, no, you can't share?
I said, I don't care.
I was gonna say, dang, did you bang today? Something's up. And she said it so calmly too, it's like, whoa, she's cold. Yeah. Okay, number 6. It says Paul and Jane Bidwell pay $150 a month on their car loan. And I will say over and over again too, story problems are difficult for people because they want to read through the words and get to the numbers. It's the words that set the problem up. You have to understand the words in order to know the information that's given and the information you need. So stop at periods. Understand what's just been said before you go on. Get a picture of what it is or draw a picture of what it is. Okay? So they pay $150 a month on their car loan. And we all understand that. This is, what is? 150 is, you see right there? They've given you your is. This is, so that 150 is your is, 5% of their monthly income. How much do they make each month? They want to know the of, right? Because the of says their monthly income. That's what we don't know. You see, by the time you get to the end of the problem, you should have your problem set up. And it is. Now I know what I have to do. I have to multiply what? 150 times 100, and all I'm going to do is write 150 and go 2 places to the right to multiply it by 100. And then what am I going to do next? Divide it by 5. Can you get that? You see, so when you're looking for that of, there's nothing you could see to do with these numbers to come up with this answer except doing this, and that's why I set up that proportion. When you were looking for the is, you could just multiply the 25 times the number and find the answer, but you can't do that when you're looking for the of or you're looking for the percent. This box works all the time. So this says 150 is 5% of 3,000. Okay? Let's look at the next one. It says, Sandra has lost 20 pounds. This is, what is? The 20 pounds is, right? 80% of her goal. So her goal is the of, right? How many total pounds does she plan to lose? Well, that means what is her goal, right? Somebody tell me what that is. Work it and see if you come out with the same. See? So 20 is 80% of 25. See? And then the last thing you do before you know that that's your answer to a story problem is ask yourself, does it make sense? Because sometimes you can do the math and you've done something wrong or missed something and you get an answer that won't make sense if you go back to what was that question they asked me. And it said she lost 80%. Well, as I said yesterday, the one thing you need to remember that you know going into it about percent is that a whole is how many? 100%, right? If you know that a whole is 100%, if she lost all of her weight, that would be 100%. But it said she lost 80% of her weight, which is almost 100, right? Very close to 100. So it would make sense that 25 could be the whole. Now, if you came up with a 15 there or something, you've done something wrong. But a lot of times people do the math, that's what it comes up with, and they see the answer as a choice and they pick that. But you'd have to ask yourself, if she lost 80%, she didn't lose 100%. If she lost 20, 100%'s got to be more than 20, right? It's always, you always have to think. Don't just put down an answer. By the same token, if you were taking a multiple choice test and you understood that she lost almost all of what she wanted to lose,